Hi, good morning. I am setting up my music and I'm a little behind in the moment because I got distracted by fuzzies. So just give me a second here. I like to play whenever I meditate. I play this playlist. I'm going to share it on my Facebook page. This is actually chakra hertz, cleansing the chakras, and it's vibrational frequency designed to clear the chakra. This is the music that I play. I also play a lot of Enya. Oh, yeah. But Enya has, justifiably so, very strict copyright laws. And every time I work with any of her music on my podcasts, I'm very conscious of obtaining rights and what's allowed, what isn't allowed. And I've run into that in the past, specifically with Doctor Who and BBC. And that's because BBC went through a period where recently, like 10, 15 years ago, where they went, oh my God, we're popular in America. We need to do something about this and market this. So they dropped this massive Doctor Who hammer down on America and they took all of our stuff away. And then they put it through the marketing process and then sold it back to us legally. And we went, damn capitalism. Not really. It was just yeah. But they literally pulled like all streaming services, like unless if it wasn't on the black market, it got pulled. And my YouTube videos were part of that because I was doing a Doctor Who review at the time. So I learned a lot about copyright laws that year. It's a lot about copyright laws. So, um, so meditation. I I had go ahead. Let's just start breathing free form. And if you are new to meditation for beginners, this is not your traditional meditation. I don't just do breathing and calming, and there's a lot of sources out there that do that for you. Meditation for beginners is more of a one on one lesson where I sit down and I explain to you this is what you should be doing to get started. This is how to get started. This is how to implement meditation into your daily life, how to take it from I want to do this to I keep stalling out and I keep hesitating and I'm just not getting it done. So go ahead, breathe in. So I'd like to do free form while I talk. So it's about 15 minutes to 30 minutes while I explain what it is we're actually doing here. And exhale. And one of the things that I noticed when people meditate is it either comes to you or it doesn't. And if you have ADHD, first of all, I have ADD and my daughter has ADHD. It is possible to learn how to meditate with ADD and or ADHD. It's just harder, and that's okay. Inhale and exhale. So if you suffer from ADHD and you want to get better at meditation, the key to do this is basically to convince your subconscious mind, and that's my forte, that this is something fun and interesting. Inhale. And once you realize that this is a priority, this is something that you value, then your subconscious mind kind of steps in and takes care of the rest. But you've got to convince your subconscious mind that meditation is important to you. And if you're finding that you're not prioritizing the meditation, it's because there is part of your belief system that doesn't value this, which is why you keep delaying it and putting it off. Every time we want something, that is coming from our identity. That is coming from our id, who we are. Every time you want or desire something. So you, the conscious awareness, says, I want to learn meditation. You just tapped into your identity and your identity turned on and said, yes, I want this. I want the benefits and the results that come from this. That's your identity talking. We're going to talk more about that in a second. Inhale. But wanting anything is never enough because you have something inside of your brain, inside of your mind, called the subconscious mind, the subconsciousness. The subconscious's job is to keep you safe. That's it. Now, the subconscious mind is stupid. The subconscious mind is really daft. And in most cases, the subconscious mind is desperate.
So it will do pretty much whatever it needs to fulfill its agenda, which is to keep you safe. So the identity says want, and the subconscious mind steps in and says, hold up, hold up, hold up. Is this safe? Now, the conscious awareness, you are going, it's meditation. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. We think of safety as physical danger, but there's a lot of mental danger that actually exists. It's called psychological safety. And when you sit down and you start to meditate, what you're really doing is talking to your identity in your subconscious mind. Now, talking is the gateway to introducing psychological problems that the subconscious mind has gone really, really far out of its way to make sure you never get to. And the minute you start meditating, you're going to start poking at all the work the subconscious mind has done. And the subconscious mind doesn't like that because it's worked very hard, sometimes for a very long time, to make sure you don't get access to all this information. So when you sit down, the identity says, ooh, I want to learn meditation. The subconscious mind says, what are you doing with all of my hard work? No, I have X, Y, and Z put in place so that you can function in your mental world. Why are you fucking with my shit? No meditation for you. And the subconscious mind slams the door and kicks your identity away. And you don't know this as the conscious awareness. You don't know any of this. This is all like happening really fast. So the conscious awareness goes, yeah, but I really want to learn meditation. There's so many benefits and I wish I could do it. And you sit down to do it and the subconscious mind goes, nope. And it does all this stuff in your brain to distract you. And the conscious awareness is just sitting here going, why can't I do this? God damn it. And you get frustrated and you just quit because you've tried it and you just can't figure out meditation, and it should be easy and you don't understand why it's not easy. And the identity is still going, yeah, but I want that. I really want it. Well, you can't have it because I don't know why. I've tried it and it doesn't work. And the subconscious mind is going, and that's the dialogue. The subconscious mind goes, mission accomplished. I have kept my information safe and it's classified. And that's the subconscious mind. I told you the subconscious mind is really stupid. So those are your three. That's what's going on. So inhale and exhale. So we stumble through life. That's actually a really good logo. I'm going to use that for something. That's marketing right there. Stumbling through life. Maybe that'll be my next podcast, Stumbling Through Life. As you stumble through life, your subconscious mind is basically doing all of these top CIA secret mission stuff to make sure you, the conscious awareness, stays oblivious and the identity stays suppressed. So that's the goal of the subconscious mind. Suppress the identity and keep the conscious awareness oblivious. And mission accomplished. It's exactly what the subconscious mind has done. So enter me. I declared war on the subconscious mind in 1995. So I'm very much, you're going down. And I went into war with my subconscious mind and I ripped it all apart and I made the subconscious mind my little bitch. And now I teach that to other people so they can raise their conscious awareness and take control of their life. Inhale and exhale. So when we sit down to meditate, we're actually opening dialogue with our identity who's been suppressed and our subconscious mind who is under the impression that it's a CIA agent who's really stupid. Oh my God, it's Colonel Flag. So I love the show MASH a lot. And my favorite character in MASH is Colonel Flag. And if you have not watched MASH, what's wrong with you? If you have watched MASH, you know who Colonel Flag is. Colonel Flag actually has maybe 4 episodes total, maybe 6. It's a very small character, but boy, when he shows up, is it hilarious. So Colonel Flag is a CIA, maybe CIA. We really don't know. But he's really stupid. He really is. He's not stupid. He's not like Gomer Pyle. Not like that. No, it's he's got his security ranked way up here, and he suspects everything, and he's obsessed with conspiracy theories, and he's very much gung ho for the good of the country, and everything's over the top. And one of my favorite lines by Colonel Flagg is, "Don't play stupid. You're not as good at it as I am." It's like one of my favorite Colonel Flagg lines. Breathe in and breathe out. So that's Colonel Flagg. And that line, like there's this moment where he's undercover and he's hiding, and he decides the best place to hide is the mess tent's garbage can. And there's this moment where Radar comes in, picks up the garbage lid, and just dumps all of the food in there. And then, well, it wasn't Radar, I can't remember who it was, but you get the idea. The point is, not very, like, he's alert, he's up there, he's crafty, and he's a real pain in the ass, but he's not really that smart. And it's just a matter of outmaneuvering him. So the subconscious mind is a lot like that. And once you understand that you're working with three players, you, the conscious awareness, your identity, and your subconscious mind, a lot with your life really just puts in place. So breathe in and breathe out. And when we are doing meditation, that is exactly what we are doing, is we are opening up conversation between these two other people. That's all it is. But we don't know this. We aren't aware that that's actually what we're doing. So a lot of meditators will say, observe the mind, let the mind go wherever, or acknowledge the mind and then bring it back to the focal point. Now that's great if you have a cooperative subconscious mind, but there's a lot of people who don't, because sitting down and meditating starts to unravel all the work that the subconscious mind has done to put into place. Some people have trauma so severe that the subconscious mind doesn't even want you to sit alone in silence. So you're always blasting music, so you can drown out what it is the subconscious mind has done. That's how disconnected we get from the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is running all of this. Breathe in and breathe out. In fact, if someone tells you, why don't you go spend some time alone with yourself and just sit down in some quiet? There are some people who will go, oh my God, no, I can't do that. Why are you so scared? You are scared because the subconscious mind is going, red alert, they're on to us. So once you understand how and what the subconscious mind is, what it does, why it works, it starts to become how to manage around it and bypass it, and how to start calming it down. But that requires a lot of mental work. It requires work. So it starts with just talking to your identity and opening conversations between your identity and the subconscious mind. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're just going to sit here for a moment. So how we're going to do this is basically just sit down, tune in, and where's your mind wandering? Are you thinking about work? Are you worried about something? Do you have something in your chest that's just sitting like a knot? Something in your gut that just sits like a knot? Our system gets to prioritize what is the most or the highest priority. For me, it's the people in my life. The people in my life are a greater priority than my job. They always have been, they always will be. It's who I am, it's my identity. So if I'm having a problem with my children or my relationship, that gets 60 to 80% of my attention. And then everything else gets 20%, including work. So for me, it's huge that all my relationships are running smoothly so that I can focus on work. Inhale. So Meditation really allows you to draw your attention to your own priorities. Where is your subconscious mind pulling you? What is your most pressing urgency? Why? Why is your mind running and racing? Because whatever is consuming your mind's attention is what you prioritize. What's unsettling you there? Is it a relationship with your parents? Is it disapproval from your parents? Are you having a fight right now with somebody? Is it a project at work? Is it pressure that you have to run the household a certain way? All of these things communicate to you what your priority is. A lot of people struggle with guilt when they start putting attention on their own mental health. And the reason why is because when you start putting a focus and attention on your own mental health, there is something in your subconscious mind, specifically shame or guilt, that tells you if you are spending time working and focusing on your mental health or you're not spending time focusing on what really matters, which is a limiting belief that somebody put inside of you to tell you that they should be a priority over you. Very, very common in our culture, very common, is this mindset that we have to self-sacrifice to appease other people. Very toxic mentality. And that's actually a huge obstacle that we individually have to overcome because it's been embedded into our minds so deeply. And once you release that limiting belief, then the guilt that is used to punish you, that's been keeping you with this mindset, releases and it goes away. And now you're free to pursue your own self-care. And not only guilt-free, but celebratory. It goes the other way. So instead of feeling guilty about it, not only do you not feel guilty, but you also feel really good about yourself because you are taking care of yourself. Now you can sit down and meditate. But you've got to dig out that guilt feeling first, where that limiting belief is coming from. Here's a hint: check with your parents. If you are suffering from guilt, it's probably something from your parents. Like most likely you probably had a parent who was either dependent upon you for attention, or dependent upon you for help, or dependent upon you for you taking care of them. Even if it meant you listening to their problems, you just being present with them. Anytime you took attention away from your parents, they shamed you and made you feel guilty. That is usually, I mean, like 99% of all guilt comes from that kind of a relationship with your parents. So look into that, definitely. And that's where you can find that limiting belief. And then, well, you have work to do, basically, where you have to now take back your conscious mind or your subconscious mind away from your parents, because that kind of a relationship hijacks your subconscious mind and makes your subconscious mind an agent, a working agent for your mother or your father, depending upon who the source of the guilt is. And that's the first step to basically correcting your tyrannical kernel flag in your brain. That's just kind of like doing its own thing. But that's what you're up against. So when you sit down to meditate and you struggle with guilt for not working, I shouldn't be doing this, I should be working. There you go. That's going back to mom and dad saying, well, you shouldn't be taking time for you. You should be focusing on me. So yeah. And your subconscious mind is going to take that limiting belief and then use it to make you feel guilt and use emotions against you, so you can't sit down to meditate. So, yeah, my meditation for beginners is more about troubleshooting. It's like, so you struggle with meditating. Let me troubleshoot that for you. So that's pretty much what we do here. So breathe in and breathe out. Yeah, it's very much a troubleshooting kind of meditation, because you can easily, like, I use the Calm app. I love using the Calm app. And I'm going to shout night and day, Calm. It's an app, Calm. It's a beautiful app for meditation. But there's a lot of troubleshooting and a lot of background noise happening with your subconscious mind that is not addressed anywhere. So there's a lot of people who will pick up meditation, who will go into an app and then go, I can't get anywhere with this. I've tried. And that's where we step in and say, okay, let's troubleshoot this. Why can't you meditate? Well, there's two primary reasons why a person can't meditate. One, their subconscious mind has a limiting belief and it's plaguing you with guilt, making you feel like this shouldn't be a priority to you. Or B, your subconscious mind has a lot of work that it's done to prevent you from accessing information, and meditation allows access to that information. So either way, your subconscious mind is literally sabotaging your ability to do meditation. So now it's just a matter of trying to figure out what it is that your subconscious mind is hiding from you so you can get the job done. Because you want it, your identity wants it. It's 2 against 3, it really is 2 against 3. And it actually causes mental illness when you ignore and neglect your identity and your conscious awareness. You are 2 other entities as well. And the subconscious mind has a limiting belief inside of it that tells you that the identity is not a priority. That you can compliment our parents again also in our society. Thank you for that one. So when we are taught that our identity is not important, we devalue the identity and we suppress it. So we think, oh, it's good. It's good. That's not causing us harm. But if we start to change that belief, that suppressing the identity, suppressing our emotions, which are very logical, is mentally destructive to our system, the subconscious mind will go, oh my God, I got to fix this. And the subconscious mind will start working with you to fix the problem instead of fighting you. It's all about outsmarting, outthinking that subconscious mind. It's wonderful. So once you do that, then you can start eliminating all these blocks that prevent you from sitting down and meditating or doing yoga or eating better or having addictions, anything. Once you get to the core of what your subconscious mind's agenda is. So we're going to do a little bit more. Breathe. And we're going to spend 5 minutes just breathing now. Taking that and really inhale. And inhale. And exhale. And I love throwing mantras in here. I love, love, love to throw mantras. Inhale. So the mantras we're going to use is I open my heart and I accept all that is mine. And then when you release, I release all that does not serve me. I accept love and trust. And I release all that does not serve me. I accept with an open heart all that is mine. And I release all that does not serve me. Anxiety does not serve us. Throw it away. Release it. Let it go. Release it. We don't need anxiety anymore. Inhale. Exhale. The opposite of emotions is knowledge. If you have the knowledge, you can override the emotion and rationalize and reason with the emotion. Inhale and exhale. Instead of suppressing the emotion needs to be rationalized with and logicized. The subconscious mind is very, very logical. Inhale and exhale. And I purposely do this just to build up arm strength, by the way. Like I purposely do this just to complete toning my arms. It's part of my exercise program. I'm like, all right. I lift weights every morning. I do this whole exercise regimen. I've been dancing since I was 15. When I was diagnosed with
depression. They wanted to put me on Prozac at 16 years old. In 1996, they wanted to put me on Prozac. And I went, no, I have a gorgeous brain. I don't know what that's going to do to my brain. And I was a writer and a music composer at that time and a full musician. And I'm going, what are you doing? Like, you'll interfere with my creativity. Because at that time, I don't know if it still does, but Prozac very much interfered with creativity. And I'm like, no, my muse. I literally said that. No, my muse. They handed me a prescription of Prozac and I went, oh, my muse. So I did not take the Prozac. Instead, I looked into alternatives for managing depression. Inhale. And I found out that exercise releases the serotonin that I needed. So I started exercising. That's when I took up ballet in secret. And when I did that, I noticed that that was uplifting my moods. It was developing the serotonin, and I was able to manage my depression. Inhale. So I've had an exercise program in place my entire life. And every time I step away from the exercise program, my mental health tanks every time. So I have to lift weights. I swim. I've done everything. I have a yellow belt in martial arts. I did karate, Krav Maga. Oh, yeah. And I picked up bag work. I love doing bag work. Inhale. It was actually too violent for me. So I stopped doing bag work. I miss bag work. I stopped doing karate and martial arts, and I went over to Tai Chi because it was actually triggering my PTSD. The violence was. So, but then it's funny because I got to the mantras, to the katas in karate, which are the movements. And when I got into the movements, the katas, I found balance and peace because I was like tuning into the qigong, the qigong, the energy force. And I was playing with that, and I went, whoa, I just need to like walk away from karate. And I realized that between the violence triggering me and my great joy just from the katas, that karate was not for me, that I really needed to go the way of Tai Chi. And oh, I loved it. It was so much. And I loved that I took karate. I really loved that I took karate. I got as far as throwing people. It was great because I'm 4'11", so I would like get partnered up with these men and I would throw them. It's physics. It's just physics. It's not strength. It's physics. And once you understand the physics of throwing people, you can throw people. So it was a lot of fun, but way too violent for me. All right. So yeah, when I meditate, I purposely do this as a means to like, oh yes, let's tone my arms while I'm doing this, multitasking. Yeah, so let's focus on basically opening conversation between your identity and your subconscious mind. Your identity is going to love it. Your identity is going to absolutely love it. You might need practice, but your identity is going to just draw right to you. Your identity is going to love the attention. But your subconscious mind is going to step in and do a lot of its magic kernel flag kind of bullshit to divert that connection, much like a narcissist. Our subconscious minds at the end of the day are just narcissists. Inhale and exhale. Yeah, they really are too. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me this morning for Meditation for Beginners. And I will be seeing you tomorrow. I do this every morning. I do not have a set time. I wake up anytime between 5:30 and 9 o'clock in the morning, depending upon my sleep and all that jazz. So I don't have a schedule, but I have a routine. So, and that's really, really important that, I don't release content at a specific time, but I do release it in a specific order on the same days. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I always do meditation for beginners. If I decide to do it on a whim on Saturdays and Sundays, I do, but this is absolutely meditation for beginners where I discuss and talk on the focus of introducing conversation between your identity and your subconscious mind and why meditation is so difficult for a lot of people and what it is you're really up against. So that when you get your meditation routine
and you start to meditate on a daily basis and you run into obstacles, this course sits down and allows you to dig deeper as to why you're not able to focus on meditation. So thank you so much for joining me. Always subscribe to my newsletter, subscribe to my channel, and may the kindest of words always find you.